Jim Norton with the Prince of Dog. The following is a special presentation of Jim Norton Obsessed on the Boneyard on the Boneyard, only on Sirius XM. As a young lad, comedian Jim Norton idolized his heavy metal hero,
Let It Die. It's off Ozzy's new
Ozzy
album.
Osbourne.
What we're
The first
doing
time I
now
heard
is
Sabbath,
interviewed
I
Ozzy
hated
for
my
months
parents
ago
for not
about
playing them sooner. Everything I liked
We're
before
supposed
that
to do
just
like
seemed
a
to
stop
suck.
set. Talk to him. All right, Oz, we're gonna play a song.
Years later, Jim sits down with his idol to discuss all things Ozzy, addiction, creativity, family, and of course his new album,
Very conversational. I didn't want to fuck it up by trying to be Mr. Professional Radio jizzbag and jumping in and faking song setups. So what we're gonna do now is I'm just gonna go in and play songs where I would have played them had I been fake segueing out in of the what am I talking about? I'm a babbling asshole at this point. I really am stupid. I got Troy in the studio. I'm not nervous with Ozzy, but with Troy, I'm fucking panicking. So I talked to Ozzy for an hour, and it was I loved it. I mean, if you're an Ozzy fan, I think you'll enjoy it. He was very, very conversational and open, as he always is. So what we're going to do is just play some songs, and I'll throw back to the interview. I just can't fake it and pretend that I'm still in the interview. Like, all right, Oz, hold on, I'll be right back. We're going to play a new track. I'm not good enough to do that. All right, so this is the Ozzy interview I did, and we'll pop back out and play some of the songs from the new record. And it's called Scream. It's in stores now. It really is great. And notice, by the way, how many times I say the word. It really is amazing. You know what's amazing? Listen to what a repetitive jerk-off I am during this interview. Enjoy. All right, well, hi, everybody. This is Jim Norton. A lot of you know me from the Opie and Anthony show in the morning. And I'm here with probably my favorite person on the planet, and he should be yours if you're worth anything, Ozzy Osbourne. First of all, Ozzy, you look great.
Thank you.
I mean, you really look healthy and better than I've seen you in years.
Well, I try and keep my self out of trouble. I don't do that much anymore to myself. I don't drink, I don't use drugs, I don't smoke cigarettes.
So it's a little easier to stay in shape and to kind of eat healthy?
Well, it's, that's all you got to do, really. Well, I do like exercising. I do try and eat good food when I can.
Now, are you a guy is there a lot of temptation for you to go back to the old ways, or are you pretty comfortable?
Well, you know what happens now is like I think of the end result. Like, for instance, it was never my idea to go get smashed, come on and try to kill my wife, but it happened, But I always ended up at the end of the day in a bad place, and I wish I didn't. Plus the fact at the end of the day, I was drinking and I felt worse afterwards. I used to drink and get a lift, but I used to drink at the end of the day and I'd go further down. So I thought, what's stupid, why am I doing it?
And you're turning into a person you find that not only do you not like being around, but people who you care about don't like being around.
Well, it's like my wife would have a party and not invite me, And, your kids, I mean, how could I be a father to my kids and say, don't drink, don't smoke, don't take drugs, when I was lit up like a candle,
What do you tell the kids as far as they've seen your experience and they've seen the good, the bad, and everything in between? Do you tell them don't do it, or do you tell them learn from what you've done?
No, but it's like kids today, they know more than you think they do anyway, the availability of drugs, for instance, hard drugs now, is a lot easier than it used to be. But if you want anything, you can get it eventually. But I mean, you got to set the rules by example. I mean, how could I say don't smoke cigarettes, don't drink alcohol, don't do drugs? If then I was doing the same. But they all tried it, for a while when we were doing the TV show. But they went into rehabs and they're all clean and sober now,
It is amazing. The availability is there of everything, but it's also, so is help for it. Like, awareness is very high.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you want to, but you see, when you're in the grips of addiction, you don't even think about that because that's your life, That's what you got to get every day is your drug or your alcohol or your nicotine. And, it's just, if you want help, there's plenty of help out there, but you got to want it, I mean, I'm forever reading people going, I went to rehab, it didn't work. It's not the fact that the rehab didn't work. It's what they taught you. You didn't choose to use the information.
Well, I've been sober. I'm 41. I got sober when I was 18. My father was sober. Yeah, so it's kind of an adult life, and I'm a comedian, so it's all been sober. But it's amazing to me how many people just continue to do the same things. They continue to watch their career go down the toilet, and they won't stop.
It's not everything. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've never met anyone who's gone, I'll have a half a bottle of scotch and I'll do something good. And at the end of the day, it's all bad. And at the end of the day, really, if you're not having a good time with it and you want help, there's help. There's no magic word. I go to the point now where I go, maybe I could have a drink. Maybe I could, but I know where it would end. Maybe I could smoke a joint. Yeah, I could, but I know where it would end. I tried everything. And every time I try something for the first time, I go, that's it, I found it. This is the way I want to feel for the rest of my life. And all I ended up doing was chasing that dream till it nearly killed me.
Did you find, I switch. Like when I quit drinking and drugs, and then I started getting prostitutes, and it was sex, or it's food. It's always something just to fill.
Oh no, it goes for food, anything that, we all suffer from obsessive compulsive disorder. It's like whatever I like. If it's I don't go Monday I have fish, Tuesday I'll have steak. I'll have fish for a month, I'll have second, then I'll switch to something else.
Until you hate it, and then you can't do it.
And then I go to a burger and no bread. Then I'm vegetarian 1 month and I eat nothing but meat the next. Well,
the beauty of you is you've always been extraordinarily honest with the fans about yourself. It's like you're the epitome of a rock star. You're this charismatic, amazingly talented guy. But on the other hand, you don't act like a rock star in that you tell people the truth about your shortcomings and your insecurities.
You know what? The bottom line, if you enjoy it, I'm not one of these guys that go, I want to make the world sober. Because if you enjoy it and you honestly have fun with it, then what am I to say you shouldn't do it? I did it for me and, whatever reasons I had. To be honest with you, if I thought I could do it now, I wouldn't be sitting there, If I thought I could have a good time doing it, I'd be stoned or drunk or whatever.
Were you one of those guys? I was a phone drunk. Like, I would call the FBI. I was just a weird guy. I would pick up the phone and just start dialing. Were you one of those people? Were you a phone?
I used to live just up the road from that famous place in Los Angeles, Gil Turner's, the afterlife they deliver. And at the end of the day, I was that smashed. I was phoning directory inquiries because I couldn't remember the phone number to give me the number, and I was ordering booze from the directory inquiries board. We don't sell beer.
Yeah, it gets to a point where sometimes I was never a blackout drinker. So
I was. I didn't believe in that. I thought it was bullshit. I thought it was bullshit. I thought they were just saying it. I thought when I went to these gatherings, I thought everything was geared at me. I thought I was so paranoid from the cocaine. I thought everything they were saying, they knew about me, and everybody else didn't have the same problem because everybody's different, I think. But